Hello, this is VirtualBlaze77, and today I will be playing RimWorld while I'm talking about what wound me up for today, Wednesday. I will be talking about the Khan controversy, the ransom, or not, and yet another shooting. I think I'll go with that. So, Khan controversy. What about it? Well, I kind of feel like the sun should be off limits. Because he is a decorated, well, he became a decorated veteran from what I understand. Now, the thing you have to know is he's fine. Admittedly, he died in 2004, 12 years ago, in the Iraq war that Clinton voted for. But as far as Khizr and Ghazala go, they've made themselves valid targets. Their son Humayun is, again, not really a valid target, as far as I'm concerned. The Khans made themselves viable targets as soon as they spoke at in a political arena. If they had not spoken, I wouldn't care. I really, really wouldn't. But they did. Because of that, I really think that they are valid targets for anyone to go after. So, I did some research into Khizr Khan. He apparently is a lawyer, go figure, and he did a lot of work for the Clintons at one time or another. At least the company that he worked for did. I don't know if he personally did, but the company that he worked for did. That is kind of an issue. In part because he isn't an impartial observer. And this goes a little further in that he has a financial interest. If he didn't have a financial interest, he'd be more effective, I think. But he has at least an implied financial interest. If you look at his website, which has been taken down, but in the description below I've got a link. See the third link down, I have a 3 in front of it. That is what his website used to look like, used to be. It is somewhat bad as far as appearances go that he took it down. If he hadn't taken it down, I think he'd be better off. But he might not have had a choice either, I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to play a game and talk at the same time. So, if I'm not exactly coherent all the time, sorry. Anyway, Khizr Khan does have, again, financial interests in the outcome of this election. He is a valid target. His wife, I kind of don't think is a valid target, and that's because she hasn't really said or done anything except silently support him, her husband. Yeah, there are some issues with that, but that's my feeling as far as she is concerned. On to ransom. Or not. So, the US has just given Iran about $400 million, I think it was. Might be $400 billion. When you get to that point, a couple of years don't matter. Anyway, the U.S. government claims that was a separate deal. Whether or not it actually is, I don't honestly know. But I'm going to assume that they're telling the truth on that. Unfortunately, the timing gives it the impression that it is a ransom, and that's not particularly good. If it wasn't a ransom, the date should have been publicized well in advance of Americans being kidnapped. Should have been. I haven't found any evidence to suggest that, or the other way around. So, take that for what it's worth. But again, it really, really looks bad as far as paying ransom goes. The U.S. government has had a policy of not paying ransom, which is a really good idea. I mean, if you pay ransom, you're reinforcing bad behavior. You really shouldn't be reinforcing bad behavior, no matter what. Yeah, a couple people might die in the short term, but you have a choice of a couple people dying now or a bunch of people dying later. I know that I personally would rather see fewer people die now than a whole bunch of people die later. That's what it comes down to for me. And again, even if it was not a ransom, it looks like it was a ransom. And not particularly good. Now, the U.S. government is claiming that this money is for a 1979 arms deal, according to link number 4 in the description. Now, this was prior to the current Iranian government coming into power, i.e., we had a trade deal with Iran, and then there was effectively a rebellion, and we're still honoring that same trade deal with a different government. I can see why we did that, even if I disagree with the reasoning. Yeah. There are reasons for it, there are reasons against it. Yeah. There, I think, will be a lot of unnecessary deaths in the future. I didn't know this when I was writing this section of my script, but after the plane took off or landed with the cash, a few more Americans were taken hostage. Really, really doesn't look good. Really, really doesn't. We might see what happens in the future. If it's just coincidence, then okay, whatever. Still shouldn't have happened. But if it's because they know they'll get money from the U.S. government if they kidnap people, then that's a bad thing. If they think they might be getting money from the U.S. government, if a terrorist organization kidnaps someone and says, give us $20 million a head if you want them back alive, or nothing at all if you don't care, and you don't send them money, then they're going to feel obligated to send you the heads back. And I don't think that's particularly good. Because people will die. But if you send them $20 million a head, then they can buy $20 million worth of munitions of various types, which also isn't good. So, you have to make a choice. A few deaths now, or more deaths later. Oh, I just looked at my script again, and apparently there are some hostages from UK was on that list, and France was as well. The U.S. government is going to have a harder time saying don't pay the ransom because it looks like they've paid a ransom. If they haven't paid a ransom, then okay, whatever, it still looks like they paid a ransom. Still not good. Yeah, I'm still beating this with a horse. On to the next subject, which is mostly a wrap-up subject. There was yet another shooting. People are advocating gun control again because of that, but I'm going to say what I've said previously. CNC millers and 3D plastic printers make it really, really difficult to keep guns out of the hands of criminals and so on. Sure, you can say, make all guns illegal, but if they're going to kill someone, they're already going to break the law. Why do they care if they're breaking another one? I mean, seriously. Think about that. And I've also seen a whole bunch of statistics bandied around that if you look at the U.S. gun death statistic, it's out of line with most other countries. But the funny thing is most of those gun deaths come in a few cities, like Chicago, which is the poster child for gun control. If gun is that well, I don't want it. So keep that in mind. Thank you for watching me ramble and play RimWorld. Unfortunately, nothing really interesting has happened yet. I might keep rambling until something interesting happens, but it doesn't particularly look like anything interesting is going to happen, per se. Okay. Probably should have had faster, had this on faster, more, but ain't whatever. Anyway, thank you for listening, and please answer the polls that I put in the video. It does help me out. I just want to see. Right now, I am literally just playing games at random because no one has been answering my polls about what they want to see me play while I'm rambling. So, yeah. Thank you. And again, have a good day. Goodbye.